Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the Greek Prime Minister held a joint press conference. During the press conference, the President sent his condolences to the families of the victims of the powerful earthquake that leveled buildings across Greece and Turkey. The head of state said that Egypt and Greece agreed to cooperate to face all threats challenging the regional security. The President stressed on Egypt's supporting stance towards the Cypriot crisis. Concerning the Libyan crisis, the President stressed that a comprehensive solution is the only way to solve the crisis. The President also stressed that terrorism is an international phenomenon that can never be linked to a religion or culture. For his part, the Greek Prime Minister said that Egypt and Greece represent a great example of cooperation that has been coined by signing maritime demarcation deals. He added that Egypt plays main roles in combating illegal immigration from Africa to Europe, as well as its significant role in establishing peace and stability in the region. Relating to the Libyan crisis, the Greek Prime Minister said that the political resolution in Libya demands the withdrawal of any foreign interference.
During his official visit to the Greek capital Athens, President Sisi held talks with a number of Greek officials. The discussions tackled different means to enhance bilateral ties, as well as the regional issues with mutual concern.
President Sisi held talks with Greek Prime Minister tackling the various means to enhance bilateral ties and regional issues with mutual concern. During the day, Greek President Katerina Sakarapolu received President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in the presidential palace, where the president asserted on the importance of the bilateral ties, noting that it witnessed a huge development. The head of state focused on the significance of the maritime demarcation deal, which reflects the strong relations and understanding between the two nations. President al-Sisi also stressed on Egypt's supporting stance towards Greece against any escalations that would threaten its borders and its interests in the East Mediterranean. Sisi added that combating terrorism and extremism is not linked to any religion or culture. During the discussion, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi expressed his country's keenness to enhance the bilateral ties, especially on the economic and trade levels, through increasing the volume of Greek investments in Egypt. The President invited his Greek counterpart to visit Egypt. For her part, the Greek President welcomed President al-Sisi's visit, asserting on the profound historical bilateral ties. And she asserted on the significance of the discussions with President al-Sisi that will tackle the serious Turkish escalation threatening the East Mediterranean region, adding that the maritime demarcation deal is not important to the two countries only, but to the whole region. And she expressed her appreciation to Egypt's supporting stance on various levels. The talks tackled a number of regional issues with mutual concern, especially combating the illegal immigrations and terrorism and boosting peace resolutions for the actual crisis. Earlier on the day, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi laid a breath at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Athens.
Earlier, the President arrived in the Greek capital Athens on Tuesday, kicking off a two-day official visit. Presidential spokesman Ambassador Bassem Radi said the visit comes within the framework of the two friendly countries' keenness to continue consultations at the bilateral level, in addition to expected trilateral talks with Cyprus. According to Radi, the visit will witness talks between President al-Sisi and his Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis and the Greek President, as well as the Parliament Speaker and the Minister of Energy and Environment. He said the talks would center on means of consolidating bilateral talks and tackling horizons of cooperation, in addition to available investment opportunities in Egypt in light of the giant and national mega projects around the country. A spokesman added that they would exchange visions regarding the number of regional and international issues of mutual interest, including the latest developments in the East Mediterranean, plus ways to combat terrorism and extremist thoughts.
Due to the strong cultural and historical ties between the two nations, Egypt and Greece today enjoyed friendly relations. Modern diplomatic ties between the two countries were established after Greece gained its independence in 1821 and are today regarded as cordial. More details.
The Egyptian-Greek relations are historical ones indeed, dating back to 300 BC, and yet currently both countries strive to maintain the strength of these relations by fostering mutual cooperation and seeking agreements that serve the interests of both countries. Among those interests, are the obviously growing investments between the two countries during the last period. Investments between Egypt and Greece have been significantly growing since 2004. In March 2020, Ambassador of Greece in Egypt said that Egypt is a top destination for Greek investment. The fields of Greek investment in Egypt are mainly concentrated in cement manufacturing, oil and gas exploration and extraction, construction, food industry, manufacturing of building materials and paints, aluminium production, distribution and logistics, irrigation systems, banking, sea and air transportation, and training services. Greece is the fourth largest European investor in Egypt, with around 208 Greek companies in the Egyptian market. Egypt and Greece, particularly during the last 6 years, strive to strengthen their relations. During the Greek economic crisis that began in 2010, Greece moved towards establishing strong cooperation with several countries, including Egypt. In May 2020, Egypt and Greece discussed ways of cooperation to return tourism between both countries amid the coronavirus pandemic, while taking preventive measures. They also discussed arranging joint tourism programs to be promoted to the world. In August 2020, Egypt and Greece signed an agreement for the delimitation of the exclusive economic zone between both countries in the east of the Mediterranean Sea, a region that includes big reserves of oil and gas. Thus, we know that the economic relations and agreements that brought Egypt and Greece together have undergone considerable development during the last 6 years. They proceeded to cover a wide range of activities and to open up broader prospects for pushing relations towards further development in the future.
And to shed more light on the significance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's visit to Greece, we're joined over the phone by Ambassador Ali Al-Hifni, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Can you tell us, Mr. Ambassador, about what is the economic significance of this visit and what does this visit reflect?
The relations between Egypt and Greece have witnessed a considerable development during the last 5 to 6 years, be it on a bilateral basis or through the relations that tie the three countries, Egypt, Greece, and Cyprus. Now, at the strategic level and the partnership that the heads of states and governments of the three countries they have succeeded in establishing, we witnessed a diversification of relations. Be it on the political level or the military level, security level, and also the economic level. So many agreements have been signed through that period. We have succeeded lately to sign an important agreement between Egypt and Greece with regard to the delimitation of delimitation of the maritime borders between the two countries.
Yes.
The two countries are members of the East Mediterranean Gas Forum, and there are many files related to different fields of cooperation between the two countries.
Yes, which brings me
in the field
to
of agriculture or transport or energy. So, in fact, in so many ways, the relations they have witnessed a real development.
Which brings me, sir, to the second question I have. The demarcation, signing of the demarcation between the countries themselves there in the East Mediterranean. How significant is that, and what effect does it have on the field of energy?
You see, having to do with gas, or even with regard to the electricity and connecting the networks in Egypt, Cyprus, and Greece, and through Greece, the export of energy, be it gas, LNG, or electricity per se, this field has witnessed a real and considerable development. Now, we coordinate our efforts in such a way that we could preserve our natural resources in those zones, the special economic zones of the three countries, and thinking together strategically in such a way that we connect our networks and export to the European market. This is something that will be very rewarding for the three economies, and especially with regard to Egypt and Greece, as long as we are talking about the visit of the President to Greece.
Okay, Ambassador Ali Al-Hifni, the former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi conveyed his condolences on Wednesday for the death of Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa. Earlier on the day, the Bahraini Royal Palace announced that Prime Minister Sheikh Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa has died. Bahrain State News Agency said that Sheikh Khalifa passed away at the Mayo Clinic Hospital in the United States. The statement said that the burial ceremony will take place upon repatriation of his body, and the funeral will be limited to a specific number of relatives. Official mourning has been declared for a week.
Veteran Palestinian negotiator Saeb Ariqat is to be buried today following his death from COVID-19 complications. Ariqat, who died Tuesday at the Jerusalem Hadassah Ain Karim Hospital, was praised worldwide for his enduring belief that negotiations could end the conflict with Israel and lead to the establishment of a Palestinian state. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who described Ariqat as a brother and friend, whose death was a great loss for the Palestinian cause, will host an official memorial ceremony at the presidential compound in Ramallah. Ariqat was born in Jerusalem in 1955, but later lived in Jericho. He will be buried there following the Ramallah ceremony.